If you're working harder than everyone around you and your income still isn't what you want it to be, I want you to offer you a possibility that might change everything for you. The ceiling on your business income might not be because of your strategies or lack thereof. It might be because of a belief that you learned in a relationship long before you even started in business. My name is Ruth Duren. I'm a certified life coach, master coach trained at MBA, and I help immigrant businesswomen create the life and the income and the success that they want without unnecessary effort, overworking, and doing more than they need to. I work with high achieving women, many of them immigrant businesswomen who have built everything themselves from very little in a country that wasn't always designed for them to succeed. These women are not lazy. These women are not unfocused. These women have had to prove their capability over and over again in every arena of their lives. And yet, there is often a pattern that follows them in every aspect of their life, into their businesses, into their pricing, into their relationships, into the way they show up when it's time to sell, when it's time to charge their worth, when it's time to claim the success that they have genuinely built. And this pattern is one that whispers, not yet, not quite yet. Prove it a little bit more first. Prove it a little bit more before you can show up powerfully. I know where this pattern comes from because I too have lived it and I've watched it live in the business of the women I coach quietly, persistently, like a little gnat until we find it and name it together. And here's what I call it: the earning belief. The earning belief is the conviction, usually unconscious, usually inherited, usually running underneath the surface, that your worth is not something you carry, that it is something you prove over and over again in every room, to every person, in every decision, and in every choice you make. It gets formed in dynamics where your best was never quite enough, where you did everything right and it still became a problem, where the goalpost kept moving on no matter how hard you ran towards it. And here's the most important thing that I'm going to say in this entire video. You, my dear, cannot earn your way out of being someone else's target and punching bag. If there's a person, a dynamic, a relationship in your life where no matter what you do, it's never quite right, that's not a reflection on your worth. That's a reflection on their need and their capacity to see your worth. And working harder, being better, proving more thoroughly will not change their perspective. But here's what happens when women don't know that yet. They take that belief into their business and they run the same pattern there as well, capping and putting a ceiling on their income and potential. Let me show you what this earning belief actually looks like in business. It looks like pricing your offer below what it's worth because some part of you isn't quite sure that you have proven yourself enough to charge more yet. It looks like over explaining your methodology on sales calls, defending your value before anyone has questioned it because your nervous system has already anticipated the verdict. It shows up as convincing people in your marketing and in the sales call because you don't believe that you've proven your worth. It looks like working harder every time your launch doesn't convert, adding more content, more touch points, more proof, instead of asking whether the real issue is the belief that's capping that what you're allowed to receive from people. It looks like income ceilings that strategy cannot move because the ceiling is not about strategy. It's in the belief that you haven't yet quite earned the right for the next breakthrough yet. And I want to say this directly to my immigrant businesswomen watching this. You came to this country or you watched your parents come to this country and you learned that you have to be twice as good to get half as far. That lesson was real. It was survival. It was necessary. But it's now running your business from the shadows and it's costing your income, your success that you already have earned. Here's the reframe that I want you to sit with. The solution is not working harder. The solution is not proving yourself more. It is understanding at the root cause where you learned that your worth was something you had to earn rather than something that you innately carried within you. Because here's the truth. The work you're doing is real. The transformation that you were creating for your clients is real. The value that you bring is not something that you learn from a book. It is something that you demonstrate, you show up, and is really inside you. Because here's the truth. The work you do is valuable, and people already see the value. The only thing standing between you and the income that matches your value is the belief that it hasn't caught up with the evidence yet. When my clients do this work, when we find the root cause of the earning belief and examine it and clear it, something shifts that strategy never touched. They change their worth. They show up how they believe about their worth. So therefore, they charge their worth. They stop over explaining and convincing. They show up with an authority that was always there, but was buried underneath years of trying to prove themselves to people who were never going to be convinced. They stop performing for the wrong audience and start building the right one. The question I want you to live with today is, where in your business are you still trying to earn something that you already deserve? Where are you working harder than the results require? Not because the strategy needs more effort for you to do more, but because some part of you is still trying to prove something. If any of these questions landed, if your body just recognized something that in what I described, take my quiz. What's really driving you overworking? In 3 minutes, it will show you exactly where the belief is showing up and what it's actually costing you. So you can finally start clearing it and start creating a very different result. If you love my support, I'd love to support you. I'll see you in my next video. Have a blessed day. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.